What's up, football fans? I normally don't do videos like this. I mean, people who watch my channel or know me, they know me for originally the MMA videos, now the Bills videos that I do. And even those I've shied away from a little bit because of just the proliferation of media and just criticism levied at players, at teams, at coaches. And I've just kind of, you know, I just like blah. You know, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got something to say. Everybody's overanalyzing, and somebody doesn't win a game everybody thought they should win. It's like, oh, nobody goes out and said, well, we were wrong. It's like, well, they slipped up. Nobody ever comes out and says they were wrong, but that's neither here nor there right now. um, Today I think the game of football was set back to the Stone Age, and I don't script anything when I do these videos. I just talk. um, First of all, the game of football, it's administrated, played, coached, owned by humans. And human beings, as we all know, are as flawed a creature crawling the face of the earth as any. But today, I think, crystallized a lot of what's wrong with just people in general. And that is the only time people want to do anything about anything serious is when something's at the precipice, and when it's odd, or that, or when it's going to cost you a lot of money. And usually those two kind of go hand in hand for a big corporation like the NFL, because that's what it is. It's a corporation that makes billions of dollars, and the only time they saw fit to do anything was when money was removed or threatened to be removed from their bottom line. That's it. End of story. As far as, Adrian Peterson's son, Ray Rice's wife, Greg Hardy's girlfriend, Ray McDonald's girlfriend or wife, um, uh, the girls that Ben Roethlisberger might have had his way with, or probably did have his way with. I mean, I don't know how many women Pac-Man Jones assaulted in his time off the field. Lawrence Phillips, he was a lovely character. You'd have to go back in the books a little bit to remember him, but yeah, he was a charming character. You should go read about him. And that's before Goodell's time, but that's neither here nor there. My point is that for a long time, it doesn't matter what kind of person you are to anybody, really. What matters is, well, what can you do for me? Can you make me a lot of money? Greg Hardy is a very good player, and he's relatively young. Adrian Peterson is a face of a franchise who makes a lot of money, generates a lot of money for a team. Ray Rice is, an okay player who's on kind of the downside a little bit. He was expendable. But that's not the problem. The problem is that it's been a problem, and the people that could fix the problem have been putting a Band-Aid on a wound that needs stitches. You have Aaron Hernandez, you have Javon Belcher killing his girlfriend and driving to the Kansas City Chiefs players' parking lot and blowing his brains out. And you can go on and on and on. People that have been championed by the league, by its teams, that are not good people. They're not good people. But there are people in the league that are good, just as there is in life. There's good people who live across the street, and there's bad people. There's good people that live above you. Maybe there's bad ones that live below you. As is life. It's not a NFL problem, hitting women. It's a problem in every community, every walk of life, every type of neighborhood, whether it's upper middle class, gated, rich, wealthy communities. It's everywhere, you know. And what we saw today was a stiff upper lip, button down, corporate suit get up there and basically tell everybody that they were stupid and that he was above it all. Didn't want to answer any hard questions. Didn't want to basically own up. Didn't own it. They would have had a better vibe if they would have put R2D2 in a suit and rolled him out there. You would have got more feeling of somebody who really gave a shit than what he displayed today. I mean, that's a man who makes $44 million. He made $44 million last year. He has nothing in common with me, you, probably any of us know. Nothing. He can go anywhere, buy anything he wants, go live anywhere he wants, drive any kind of car he wants, doesn't have to worry about his bills, doesn't have to worry about he's going to get his season tickets, doesn't worry about having to get his daughter or his son his or her favorite football jersey for their birthday or their, for Christmas or whatever. That's not like me, not like you. No. The people who grind every day to feed that machine that is the NFL. No. Because he doesn't care about our money. He cares about the billions that come from their sponsors and how they're perceived in the media. Because if the media controls how we think, then he in turn needs to help control how they think about him and his shield and his product. It's not his. Game of football doesn't belong to anybody. It's ours just as much as it is his or the league's. They own a bunch of teams and have a bunch of nice big logos, and they have a nice pretty big package bow around it. But the game doesn't belong to anybody. And the way they've treated it and the fact that they are privileged and they do live semi-charmed lives, nothing semi-charmed about it. It's a damn dream world compared to where most of us live. But it's a joke. It's a joke. And there's players that are out there that are good men that probably wanted to vomit watching him up there today. A man that has made more money sitting in an office, doing, going up in front of people, talking, acting like he's above it all. When they were the ones out there grinding and bleeding and putting life and limb on the line, and they couldn't even scratch the surface of what he made, or just me or you who go work every day and could never even imagine having his resources or his ability. And for him to go out there and talk at people like that and be so dismissive and so arrogant, and just the level of hubris that he displayed was sickening. It made me want to throw up. And for a long time, even before Goodell, this has been a big problem. A big problem. As is in society. But in the NFL, you know what? That's not in society. There's a lot more that goes with it. Whether that's right or wrong, that's just a fact. You're in the public eye. Kids look up to you. You make a very good living comparatively to the average everyday person. You have an opportunity to make even more through sponsorships and through other types of deals like that. The sneakers that kids want, the jerseys that kids want, the merchandise that people want. This stuff costs money. And it has players' names on it, it has teams' names on it. And that's all it comes down to is money for them. Sponsors want to pull out, press conferences are held. But you know what? If they would have cared to begin with, how come those guys were playing in preseason? How come a few of them were active week 1? Until there was a media swarm and the public got a little riled up, or really riled up, that they want to start doing anything about it. You know? Because they didn't give a shit. They want it to go away. They sit up there and say, well, the American public, they have a short attention span. You know, Michael Sam will fight with his boyfriend, or Michael Sam will get released, or Johnny Manziel will do something stupid, or, you know, Manti Te'o will have another imaginary girlfriend. There'll be something that'll just kind of whimsically take everybody's attention off this, and then we'll be fine. We'll be free and clear. You know, that's why Roger Goodell was in hiding for the last 9 days, being prepped and primed to go out there and do that. Wow. NFL owners, you really got your money's worth there. 44 million. I could have went up there, pulled down my pants, bent over and farted, and got a better reaction than what he got today. And again, I'm not here to try to grandstand or act like I'm above it all, or anything like that, but I normally don't do videos like this, like I said. And I just thought that, you know, I just don't like to be patronized or somebody that's in a privileged position in life, especially with something that I'm passionate about in terms of football and just women in general. I was raised by women, a lot of women, a bunch of women that were abused. And I'm no voice for an abused woman or anything like that. I'm not claiming that. But I'm saying I know how ugly it is. And it's not pretty. And I don't care how many committees and how many think tanks you create, Roger Goodell, or how many former FBI directors you want to outsource. You have no clue about real life and what the every average day person does or goes through to facilitate your lifestyle and your owner's lifestyle. Well, a lot of those guys made money outside of football, but still, they still pay the way. And you know, there's a lot of single mothers out there. Like my mother was a single mother who went over and bent over backwards so that I could have Buffalo Bill things and play youth football and see that and do that kind of stuff. But you know what? Today, you went up there and just said, you know what, that shit doesn't matter. I don't care about you. I care about our bottom line. That's what I care about. I don't really care about people. I don't really care about abused women. I need to make it look like I do. I need to make everybody think I do, because that's the issue right now. But the truth is, I really don't give a shit. I care about how much this is going to cost us, how much did we lose, how much do we stand to lose, and how long is it going to take for this to just dry up and dissipate. That's what I care about. And again, sorry for taking up everybody's time. I just need to get that off my chest. Again, I don't normally do videos like this, talk about things like this, but it's just something that was itching at me a little bit. I had to get off my chest, and I figured, you know, this way was the best way. You know, when I put something up, I keep it up. I don't delete it. I own it, and whatever comes back at me comes back at me. But all these, you know, people that are up there talking about getting it right, getting it right, getting it right, they're not concerned with getting it right. They're concerned with soothing things over till it all just blows over. That's it. The only way you get it right is that the people in question never step on a field again. The man who went up there today and just basically insulted everybody, the paying public. That's who the paying public. He basically insulted. That's what I wanted. You know, that the people who really bend over backwards, the good guys that are actually in the NFL, that are good family men. He just, that's what he did. I'm better than you, make more money than you, I don't really need to answer your questions, but I have to. That's basically the gist, the vibe, and the aura that he gave off. And it transcended and came through the TV. He made that abundantly clear. But anyway, again, sorry to take up your time. I appreciate if you watched this whole thing, and definitely understood if you stopped. But if you're listening to this, you were still watching. And again, I'm not here to bash players. There's a lot of good guys in the NFL. I'm not here to bash teams or teams fans. Everybody's passionate about their team. Everybody's, generally good people. And, there's always bad apples out there. And that's just how life is, unfortunately. And if you're in the NFL and you're in that on that stage, you should have to be held to a higher standard. And you shouldn't be allowed to play, because that is a privilege, I think. I think what he does is a privilege, and the standard that he should be held to is that he no longer has a job. End of story. You had it, you failed at it, now you're gone. That's it. All right, NFL fans, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one, and enjoy your Friday.